Ah, Rust. What other game can I sink 2,000 hours in and still not be bored of? What game makes me want to destroy my entire setup because I died one time? What other game has people sitting outside of your door for hours just praying you come out with some loot? Yeah, as you can see here, I feel like this game becomes a lifestyle sometimes, but today I wanted to talk about the state of Rust. It is September 18th right now when I'm recording this video, and I pretty much just want to talk about what is Rust? What is Rust console right now? What am I hoping for in the future? What's the state of the game in? Is it even worth playing right now? Like, what's my opinion? Because I've recently dumped in a lot of hours and recorded a lot of videos, and this is coming from a guy, I'm not really an OG when it comes to making Rust videos, but I feel like I have enough experience and enough hours in the game to kind of tell you what's going on with Rust. Just kind of in the update sense and gameplay and the changes and all of that stuff that your average player wouldn't know. That's not dropping hours upon hours a day. So yeah, let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the opinions I have. I'm curious on what you guys think, as players who maybe don't play as much or don't really have the time to just sit there and PvP all day and farm and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, the first thing I want to go over is the cheaters, guys. This is a hot topic here. Personally, I don't know. It's just very hard to tell if someone is actually cheating or not, unless they're like blatantly zimming with the 100 cents, 100 ADS just flicking everywhere. But I just think that the anti-cheat is just not here right now. They recently did a ban wave, but it's just really only known people who are just posting pictures of their Cronus and maybe their game servers and all of that. But right now, it's not really the biggest thing because Valorant has already perfected the anti-cheat for Zim and Cronus. You're never going to find a cheating player in Valorant. If you're Zim, if you're Cronus, you're not going to be playing for longer. That's why I'm not really freaking out about these cheaters or doing nothing. And when you look around on YouTube and stuff, like you see a lot of comments saying people are Zen, people are Zim, people are... I've gotten the comments, I'm sure everybody has, but honestly, it is just so hard to tell. And I'm just curious when they drop this anti-cheat, what kind of creators are gonna get banned or suspended. But the main problem I have is just the scripting. Sometimes you do get beamed from like 3 grids away, and I really hope that Pedro comes up with something to fix that. Well, not Pedro, but D11. But it's not really kind of the highest priority for me right now. A lot of these cheaters, like, you see them just scripting, but this game is not all aim. You beat a lot of them just by game sense, knowing where you are, knowing where the enemy combatants are. And it just comes to a point where if you have decent aim and good positioning, you're not gonna get destroyed by a cheater. The recoil is honestly so easy to control, and I was a little bit disappointed when they made that update a while back that nerfed the recoil down. You're not really gonna have a lot of problems with cheaters. That's my opinion. I don't know if it's different for people who maybe like play the game a little less, or maybe they don't want to run that super low ADS that just makes them a laser beam. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are having trouble dealing with cheaters. Personally, I'm not. I just don't see it as a high priority. So yes, in my opinion, while the cheating, they need to be working on an anti-cheat. That's not the biggest problem this game is facing right now. It's not the biggest challenge. This is going to take us into the next thing I want to talk about, which is map size and server pop. Right? So I think that this is one of the biggest things that they need to work on and maybe try and get into. I don't know how it's going to work on old gen. I'm not really the biggest tech guy when it comes to that kind of sort of thing. It's just, man, playing against the same players on a server just gets so boring. And when you're playing these max pop servers, you're gonna run into the same players over and over again. And my suggestion for this, I have no idea if this would work, but maybe you're going through the highest pop servers, right? And it'll only be like a few servers that are max pop, and then the rest are like 50, 60, going down 30, 20, and there will be a lot of dead servers that just don't have any players on it that are 10 to 15 pop. I feel like D11 should just get rid of those servers and take the resources that are pulling those servers and just create a less saturated amount of servers and have the player population, highest pop official servers take that spot instead of these dead servers. So pretty much what I'm saying is get rid of these dead servers and just focus on less servers with more pop and bigger maps than having this overly saturated dead pops, mid pops. I don't care. I mean, I'm pushing for 200 pop servers, right? When you're gonna play on a 200 pop server, you're not gonna be playing against the same players over and over again. You're gonna have variety. And I think a lot of creators, when you're watching their videos, you're gonna see them just killing the same people over and over again, or dying to the same people over and over again, and it just gets really, really boring. While yes, the rivalries and all of that kind of stuff is cool, when people know your name, or it's not even a subscriber count thing, or being known in the Rust console community, or them recognizing your YouTube, it's more of they recognize that they're dying to you, so they're just gonna play completely differently. And when a group plays completely differently against you, it ruins it. And there's nothing you can do, because they already know you, and that's going to be the main competitive scene, or they're just going to stop doing stuff. Like, most of the time, only one group is going to be controlling launch site and Bradley, and once you're killing them, PvPing, all of that sorts, they're going to stop taking Brad, they're going to stop doing this, they're going to stop doing all sorts of stuff, and it kind of makes the game stale, right? So with this new pop, it's just gonna make everything more active, because yes, I do go through it, running through a max 100 pop server, and everybody's just not really going and doing stuff, and they're just sitting in base. And these higher pop servers, it's gonna increase respawn rates. On PC, when you play on the highest pop servers, it's increased respawn rates. People are going to be roaming more. People are going to be doing stuff more. Some dead areas are going to be more action-packed. So I think it's a big change that's going to help content creators and your average player, because living at the edge of the map, if you're solo, is going to be a lot more viable because of the fast respawn rates, and it's just so needed. Honestly, to have no idea about old gen, though, they're probably not going to be able to run this, but it's just such a needed change at this point. You can't play on these 100 pops anymore. It's just becoming so stale. And with that, that's going to lead us into transportation. Now, as of September 18th, there hasn't been any announcements for the minicopters or anything like that. So yes, us Rust console players are still stuck with horses running around these 3.5 km maps. But yeah, I definitely want them to add the minicopters and cars and all of that. But I'm not really going to go crazy into depth with this, because I think that they're already working on this as of right now. They've been doing some interesting changes with the hitboxes. As you guys have noticed, sometimes you're dying to a horse when you're going through a doorway, and I'm pretty sure it's Jade Monkey, who I watched, who actually said that that was a glitch on PC right before they added the minicopters, where you would die, or something with the hitbox would happen when you would crash with the minicopter. So there's not really much to say about this, but yes, you would need better transportation for the bigger map sizes and higher player counts. It's definitely needed. Like, I'm sure you guys get jealous watching people like aloneintokyo fly around in their attack helis blowing up clans. But other than that, I'm just gonna switch over to is Rust playable right now? I would say yes. Industrial is one of the best updates they've ever added. And then they just recently added the new noises, which have personally grown on me. I think they're definitely great things. And the Outpost shop makes playing the game a lot easier, and there's a lot more PvP. You're not going to be prim locked at all. You can just buy whatever guns you need. But the problem is, without transportation, a lot of people are camping Outpost. So you're going to have to watch out for some Outpost campers sitting there killing you when you walk out with all the guns. That's why I would love minicopters, and I already know they're working on it. So yeah, as I've said before, there's nothing to really talk about that. This is probably where I'm going to start ending the video. This is my first time kind of recording a whole voiceover thing, going over the state of the game. I wish a lot more creators would do this, because I kind of wonder what other creators think of the changes that have been added to console Rust. And I feel like there's definitely a demographic who'd want to listen to their opinions. And I mean, if anybody else wants to talk about Rust or do anything, let me know in the comments. We could talk about it. I don't really know how that would go, but I'm definitely open to ideas regarding the series, kind of going over stuff and messing around, because I really want opinions from people who play the game a lot. I know that CNQR and Jade Monkey are very popular when regarding news and that kind of sorts, but I really am curious on what other people who dump a little bit more hours think about it. So yeah, guys, if you made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe. Oh, one more thing before I end this video. I recently bought that new PlayStation Pro controller, the DualSense Edge. So I want to go over some settings for that, maybe look out for that in the future. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and that is going to be the end of this video.